Hello and welcome to Homeostasis and Response GCSE exam questions. Okay, so we'll start off. Okay, homeostasis is about constant internal environment, and here's one of the questions here. So it covers quite a wide range of things, homeostasis. Okay, so we've got, these are all questions from real exams I've taken. Okay, so it says figure 3 shows positions of the endocrine glands in a man, in a woman and a man and woman. Draw one straight line from each hormone to the effect of the hormone on the body. So we've got gland K here. Oh, let me just turn my pen on. Turn my pen on the bottom here. So you can have a look. Obviously, while I was doing this, you can have a look what glands are. You can see here. Look, gland K. So that is the ovary. Okay, so gland K is an ovary. And gland L is one of the testes. Okay, so it's a hormone from gland K in the woman increases glucose levels. No, it doesn't do that because both male and females will have that. Prepares the uterus for fertilizing an egg, uterus lining. Yep, that seems to be obviously only a female thing. Causes facial hair to grow. Not really, the ovary doesn't do that. Controls the water content. No. Decreases sweating. No. So it's a good clue. It says woman. So it is the uterus lining for a fertilized egg. So gland L in the man, testes, that's testosterone. Nice things to remember. Causes facial hair to grow. Okay, so facial hair is caused by testosterone. Women do have a little bit of testosterone, but not as much as men. So testosterone is produced by other areas in the body, but only men have the testes, only women have the ovaries there. So it's nice, easy 2 marks, gives you a bit of a clue, doesn't it? Because you could have got a harder gland there, okay, than that. So how is adrenaline transported from the adrenal glands to its target organs? Okay, so got lots of multiple choice here. So transpiration, no, because that's a plant thing. Osmosis, osmosis is very specific from what osmosis is. It's the so it's not transpiration. Osmosis is movement of water, so it's not that, because we're not moving water around. Okay. Dissolved in blood plasma could be carried by red blood cells. So only one thing's carried by the red blood cells, and that's oxygen. So we're talking about adrenaline. So it's this one. So it's dissolved in the blood plasma. What name is given to the process of maintaining, here it comes, maintaining the internal body conditions? Right, this is one we should know by heart, homeostasis. Okay, constant internal environment. Okay. Right, figure 4 shows the concentration of glucose in the blood of a person. So you've got concentration of glucose in millimoles per litre. So it's a small concentration. And time in minutes. So it goes up and it goes down. So describe the trends shown in figure 4 from 0 minutes to 30 minutes. So only going from 0 to here. Okay. So we can say from 0 to 20. So there's 2 marks giving you a clue about how much you need to write here. So from 0 to 20, so an M there, from 0 to 20 minutes. Okay, so we see that it fluctuates, it goes up and down. So glucose concentration fluctuates. Concentration fluctuates. That means it goes up and down. Okay, fluctuates. So when we get to 30 minutes, oh sorry, not 30, so from 20 to, so from, it begins at 20 to 30 minutes, blood glucose concentration increases sharply. So you do need to write the timing. I just used to graph this one. You don't really need to know anything else, just describe what the graph is saying. So increases sharply. So that's only 2 marks. So only need to make two statements there. So leave that at that one. Okay. So explain why the concentration of glucose decreases from 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Let's go back a minute. So 30 to 40, why does it decrease? Okay, so it could increase because the person ate something. Okay, and it could then decrease. So what's happening to the glucose? So the glucose is being converted to CO2 and water by, so one of two things, by respiration or the glucose is being converted to glycogen and stored by the body. So the blood glucose concentration has decreased. Okay. 10. A student was investigating. So another thing about homeostasis is about sweating and temperature. Well, the glucose is also about temperature. So a student was investigating the effects of sweating. The student set up 2 conical flasks, each with a thermometer, as shown in figure 18. But flask 1, flask 2. Flask 1 was covered in wet tissue paper. So let's draw that on there. Oh, no, the flask. See, the flask. Okay. Wet tissue paper. Flask 2 was covered in dry tissue paper. Okay. The hot water was added to each of the flasks. So we've got some water. Okay. Hot water added to the flask. The temperature of water in each flask was recorded for every minute for 10 minutes. State 2 variables that will need to be controlled in this investigation. Right, so things need to be controlled. So you have the same starting temperature of water. It just said hot, didn't it? So same starting temperature of the water. And also the same volume. So volume is a good word, not amount, volume. So same volume of water in each flask. Okay, you could have other things. Well, you could have same mass tissue paper. You could have had that one. So the results of this investigation are shown in figure 19. So it's that table. So you've got try minutes, flask 1, wet tissue paper. So it's both start at 98. Okay, so that's what we should have done. So let's go. So that could decrease. So it's sort of hopping down. So it's going down. It's also going down, but not as much. That's going down 98 to 82. Okay, so that's going down by, so 8 and 8, so it's going down by 16. That's going down by 7. 82 to 71, going down by 11. Okay, oh, okay, it's quite constant, this one, isn't it? 7. So 71 to 60. Okay, that's going down by 11 again. Okay, it dropped a bit more, 8. It's not going to be constant, it's a real life thing. And then 10. Just do one at a time here. 10, that's going down by, let's go over 11. 39 is getting a bit slower here. 8. 21 to 22. So that is 9. And it stays the same. 0, 0. This one is just, let's go through. So we've got 76 to 69. So 76. So it goes down 6 and then 7. A bit of mental maths here. 8. And it's going down 4, 5. 5. Then it's going down, so 6 to 6, and then 7 again. Got 7's in this. 7 again. And it's ended up after the same amount of time at a higher temperature, isn't it, here? Okay, so it's going down by 5 here. Okay, so let's have a look. So yeah, the dry tissue paper isn't cooling down as fast. Okay, it ends up at a higher temperature at the end. Right, so calculate the rate of the rate of temperature change in flask 1 from 1 to 8 minutes. Right, so rate is always over time. It's always something divided by time. So rate, okay, change in temperature over time. There's always a time involved with the word rate. Okay, so change in temperature. So 1 to 8. So we've got 98 was original. 8, 22. Right, 8 minutes. Oh, okay, so it is in minutes anyway. So 98, 22. So 6. Okay, and then we have 76. Quite a big change, isn't it? So you have 76 over 8, and so we're going to do a bit of maths, practice here. 8 goes, it doesn't go in any, does it? So so how many times? So we've got to get a calculator out to do this. Okay, because in the exam we also had a calculator. So 76. Yeah, don't worry about sort of mental math and things like that. 9.5. Okay, just get my calculator down. Yeah, I thought it would be a decimal point by looking at that. So 9.5. Yeah, so to do things on a Celsius per minute. See, this is why we labelled it, because it's going to ask us this. So compare the trends shown in the data for flask 1 and flask 2. So trends has got 2 marks there. Okay, so that's why I was saying to have a look at it quite carefully. So let's go back a moment. We annotated it. So overall, flask 1 cools down faster, okay, than flask 2. So overall, flask 1 cools down at a greater rate. We'll go for a bit more scientific language here. Cools down at a faster rate than flask 2. So one thing. So also after, so how many, let's go back and check, after 10 minutes, flask 1 is at a lower temperature, so 22 degrees, compared to flask 2. I think it's 37, but we'll double check. Yeah, 37. Okay, that's our 2 things there. So explain how sweating helps to cool the body. So yeah, so that's the thing, isn't it? Is that sweat is actually just water released from our sweat gland. All it is water. So sweat is water released from our sweat glands in the skin. It sits on the skin surface and the surrounding, so in the space surrounding the skin, the surroundings, and the surroundings transfer heat. Thermal energy is better. Thermal energy. I'll pay for the physics exams if you use thermal energy, because better in physics they won't take just heat. Biology they might, but not in physics. So we'll keep to one thing. That's for transfer energy to the sweat. Water. Remember, it's just water, which causes it to evaporate. So also heat from the body, thermal energy. Yeah, don't worry about costing things out like me in an exam. They know you've done those. Sorry, because I said, oh, so that's what a better idea. Thermal energy from the body is passed to the sweat water. When the sweat evaporates, it takes thermal energy with it, which cools the body. Which part of the brain controls internal body temperature? So that's the hypothalamus. Okay, you probably think you've only heard of 2 of those because I'm supposed down to 2. People don't talk about those 2. The GCSE parts of the brain. So you think, well, I know about those 2. Pituitary gland is in charge of the word gland, how the hormones. So it must be the hypothalamus. Explain why it's important to control the internal temperature of the body. It's quite a lot of processes involved here. So, so enzymes, which regulate many functions in the body, have a certain optimum temperature to operate. If the body goes below or above this, the enzymes will denature, so they change shape, and many bodily functions can't operate. Okay, so also cell damage may occur at high temperatures. Okay, so thank you for listening, and good luck on your exams. I hope to see you in another video. Thank you. Goodbye.